In last session, we have discussed the mathematical background required for formulation of governing equations, or for deriving the governing equations, or for writing the finite difference equation and finite volume equation. Okay, or we can say we have discussed the mathematical background required for CFD analysis. Okay, that is for computational fluid dynamics. Now, today we will start the governing equations of the fluid dynamics, okay, which are required for uh, CFD analysis, okay. And one more thing we have discussed, that is models which are available for fluid flow or for writing the governing equations. That is fluid models, okay. That is one is uh, finite control volume, uh, that is finite control volume fixed in a space, then finite control volume moving with the fluid, and next is infinitesimally small differential element fixed in a space, and infinitesimally small element moving with the fluid. These four models we have seen, and we will get the four different equations for different models. Now, how we can get the four different equations for different fluid models, that we will see. Okay, first equation is continuity equation. Continuity equation. Now here for this continuity equation, I am going to apply, or we are going to derive by using all the models of the fluid. Okay, all the models of the fluid, that is control volume fixed in a space, control volume moving with the fluid, then control volume, sorry, not infinitesimally small fluid element, and then infinite and small element moving with the fluid. Okay. Now, one more thing I want to tell you before starting the continuity equation, that continuity equation is obtained by fundamental physical principle, or fundamental principle of physics. What is that physical principle, or what is that fundamental principle? That is mass conservation law, law of conservation of the mass. This law of conservation of the mass we are applying to fluid models, and after application of the law of conservation of mass to the fluid models, we will get the continuity equation. Now you have studied continuity equation, okay. That continuity equation may be for compressible or incompressible fluid. Here we will derive the general form of the continuity equation, which will be applicable for all types of fluids. And uh, one more thing I want to tell you here, and these equations are based on all four models of the fluid flow. Now, first model which we are considering is a control volume fixed in a space. Now, for that purpose, consider this fluid model which is shown in here. Fluid model which is shown here. This, why it is not right? Just a minute, I need the writing pad. Okay, now it is okay. Now consider the fluid model as shown in figure. This is a control volume, and it is of arbitrary shape, and its size is finite. Uh, Here what I have written, this control volume is fixed in a space. Okay. Uh, when it is fixed in a space, the surfaces which are bonding to this control volume, these are known as the control surfaces. The fluid flows through this fixed control volume and flows across the control surface. Okay, that is fluid is flowing through this control volume. That is fluid is coming inside the control volume, and fluid is going outside the control volume. Now, for this, we are applying the law of conservation of the mass. Law of conservation of the mass. That means mass balance statement. Mass balance statement. Now, what is mass balance statement? Here I have written the statement here. That is rate of accumulation of the mass. That means rate of increase of the mass or decrease of the mass. Okay, this is equal to the rate of inflow of the mass, minus rate of outflow of the mass. Now already I have told you, if fluid is coming inside the control volume, that is considered as a positive, and fluid is going outside the control volume, that is considered as a negative. And plus uh, rate of increase of the mass due to the source. If there is any source inside the control volume, and if it is increasing the mass, then that rate of increase of the mass due to the source, that we have to add. Okay, now if we write this equation in mathematical form, how we can write? Use here rate of accumulation of the mass. Now rate of accumulation of, it is a rate, so it is a derivative. Now here it is dm, and it is accumulation. You can use any notation, that is, or I will use cv, rate of increase of the mass inside the fluid element with respect to time. This is the rate of accumulation of the mass. Next, rate of inflow. Rate of inflow. Now you can write, I will write m dot. M dot means it is a derivative, and I will use subscript in because it is a inflow, minus rate of outflow. M dot out. It is your mass of outflow, plus source. It is rate of increase of the mass. That is m dot. It is a derivative, m dot, and this is a source. Okay, that means rate of increase of the mass due to the source. Okay, now next one, here if we consider this term, that is m dot source or rate of increase of the mass, this is applicable only for the nuclear reaction. Okay, because in case of any other phenomena, or in case of any other type of fluid flow, here there will not be any source. Okay, and because of that source, we will not get the increase or decrease in the mass. Okay, that is possible only when we are considering the nuclear reaction. Okay, so here I am not going to consider the nuclear reaction, so this term will be 0. Okay, now when this term will be 0, we can write this equation as dmcv by dt equal to m dot n minus m dot out. Okay, now this is a equation, this is equation, that is, this is your mass accumulation in a control volume, or rate of mass of rate of accumulation of the mass in a control volume. This is a mass inflow minus mass outflow. Okay, now if we consider the first term in this equation, now I will go to the next, that is dmcv. For dmcv, what we can say, uh, it is a rate of accumulation of the mass. Okay, rate of, I will write here, it is a rate of accumulation of the mass. For calculation of the rate of accumulation of mass, we have to calculate the total mass. We have to calculate the total mass. Now again I will go back here, and if I consider one small elementary volume, this is a small elementary volume, and if we consider the instantaneous density as a rho, instantaneous density as a rho, then we can take here mass inside this small elementary volume, that is rho into dv, rho into dv. Okay, now total mass inside this control volume, total mass inside this control volume, if it is, if this mass, this is a mass inside this small elementary volume, if you want to calculate the total mass inside this total control volume, then you have to take the triple integration over the control volume. Okay, this is your total mass inside the this control volume. Rho dv, rho is the density, dv is the small volume, or volume of the small elemental, that is differential element. Okay, so from this we can calculate the total mass, inside the this control volume. Now for calculation of the rate of accumulation. Rate of accumulation, we have to differentiate this with respect to time. So rate of accumulation, we will get d dt of this term, that is d dt of triple integration of rho dv. So that I have written here on the second slide. You see a total mass inside the control volume is rho dv. Rho dv, this is a triple integration, and time rate increase of the mass inside the volume, that is the rate of accumulation of the mass, that is equal to the derivative of this integration over the time. Okay, now after that we have to calculate the second term. Now for second term, again I will go back here. I will clean first term here. What I'm going to consider, the mass flow inside the second term is mass inflow. Mass inflow. The mass flow inside the control surface. It is here, if we consider the mass is coming inside the any control surface, then here you have one equation, area into velocity, that will give the, or velocity component, that will give the flow, and if we multiply by this to the density, it will give the mass flow. Okay, mass flow. Now again you consider the small elemental area ds, small elemental area ds. Okay, now you can write here mass inflow. It is again, now inflow is a negative, we can say, and it is rho a v. It is, I will use in, and it is into ds. Sorry, not ds, one term should be there. This area I will remove it from here. Now rho phi in into ds. Why? Because here you know the mass flow equation. Mass flow is rho into area into velocity, and if you want to calculate the mass inflow through this surface area ds, and that you will get m n equal to the minus rho v n ds. Now this is the mass inflow through only elemental area ds. Now if you want to calculate the total mass inflow, so what you will get, m in equal to the minus of integration of rho ds, rho v in ds, and this is a surface integration, so it is double integration. Okay, now see here we have taken in, and one more thing I have missed here. What is that? When we want to calculate the mass inflow over by taking integration, we have to multiply by this n hat, and that n hat is a direction normal to the surface. Okay, unit vector normal to the surface. So this is the mass inflow. Okay, and same concept we can apply for the mass outflow. Now mass outflow, that is m out, it becomes rho v out ds. Okay, now so your equations are becoming here, rate of increase of mass. Now this becomes net mass flow out of the control volume through the surface, yes, is this one. Okay, mass flow out of the control volume. Okay, I will show you. Now I have taken these two. Just a minute, I have not added in on the slide, I will add it on the slide. Now when we put all the things in this equation, how this equation becomes, now first term is triple integration. It is triple integration, and it's a derivative d dt of rho dv equal to, first is mass inflow, here it is mass inflow, that is minus double integration of rho v n n hat ds. Again there is a minus double integration of rho, it is v out n hat ds. Okay, now see here, this is the integration over the surface and this is also integration over the surface. We can combine these two integrations, so I can write this equation as derivative of this triple integration of rho dv equal to minus double integration of rho v n hat ds. This equation we can write by combining the two integrations. Okay, because both integrations are over the surface, we can combine and we can write this term. Okay, so your equation will become, now here this is a net mass flow out of the control volume through the surface, that is it may be incoming plus outgoing. Okay, now this equation we have written, that is this is a rate of accumulation of the mass, and this one is a, what we can say, mass, total mass outflow. Now this equation is a continuity equation. This equation is a continuity equation. Now this is a rate of accumulation of the mass equal to the mass flow through the control surface. Okay, through the control surface. This is your continuity equation, and this continuity equation we have derived from the control volume fixed in a space. Fixed in a space.
Assume, sir.
Yes, yes, yes.
So this is a continuity equation in the form of differential integration, like.
Yes, yes, yes. It is the integral form. It is a continuity equation in the form of integral. Okay, and it is in conservation form. You can see here it is in conservation form. Okay, because we have derived this equation from the control volume fixed in a space. Okay, now after deriving this, now I will keep this as it is, and after this I will go for the new model. Now you have to remember this equation. This is the integral form of the governing or continuity equation in the conservation form. Now next model for the deriving continuity equation is a control volume, and now this control volume is moving with the flow. Moving with the flow. Now see here, when this control volume is moving with the fluid, it is always composed of the some elements of the mass. Yes, someone want to ask the question? If you have doubt, you can ask me. Yes, any doubt? Okay. Now here, this control volume is moving with the fluid, so there is a definite what we can say, mass inside this control volume. Okay, that means there is a fixed mass inside the control volume. As the mass is fixed and when it is moving with the flow, its shape and volume is changing. That means this control volume has no fixed shape, no fixed volume. Okay, that means it is changing. Now for deriving the continuity equation, what you have to do, again we will consider one small elementary volume of this control volume. Okay, here I am going to consider small differential volume of this control volume. Okay, suppose this is dV or delta V. Now for a instant, if density is the rho, then mass inside this control volume is suppose dm, not control volume, mass in this elementary volume, it is dV. So you will get rho into dV. Am I right? Are you getting this? Rho into dV is the small mass inside the small elementary volume. Okay. Now total mass in this control volume, total mass in this fixed moving control volume, it is equal to this one. It is equal to this one. That is, it is integration of dm. Integration of dm. How it is? That is total mass m is equal to integration of dm, or this equal to the triple integration of rho dv. Okay, because it is over the volume. Now if we consider this equation, as control volume moves downstream, okay, when we apply the physical principle, that is mass is conserved. When it is applied to the control volume, it expresses as a time rate of change of the mass when it is moving in the fluid. Okay, so as this mass is fixed, so it's a rate of change with respect to time, or it is a time rate of change of this mass equal to 0. This is equal to 0. So I have written here d dt of rho dv equal to 0. Okay, and this is your substantial derivative. That means substantial derivative of the total mass equal to 0. Okay, you have to remember this. This is a substantial derivative of the uh, mass inside the control volume. It is equal to 0. Okay, now this is the your second continuity equation. This is second continuity equation which we have derived from control volume moving with the flow. As this equation is derived from the control volume moving with the fluid, moving with the flow, and here we have taken again control volume. Okay, we have not taken small elementary volume. Okay, we have taken control volume. So again it is the integral equation. Again it is integral form of the equation. Okay, but only thing is, as it is moving with the fluid, that means your control volume is moving with the fluid. This is the non-conservation form of the equation. Non-conservation form of the equation. Okay, it means this is your non-conservation form of the continuity equation, or non-conservation integral form of the continuity equation. Now after this I am going to derive the differential equation. Differential equations has big importance in fluid dynamics or in CFD. Okay, why? Because we can write the numerical equations for differential equations. Any doubt in this equation? Rho dv equal to 0. It is simple one. Okay, now I will go to the next one, that is continuity equation from model of infinitesimally small element fixed in a space. Here also there are two cases. One is a fixed in a space and one is moving with the fluid. Okay. Now here, this is your small element, small fluid element, that is infinitesimally or differentially small element, we can say. It has dimensions dx, dy and dz. What is differentially small means? Differentially small means this dx, dy, dz, these are tending to 0. Okay. Now, when we consider the velocity of the flow and density, that is, if you consider this rho and v, these are the functions of x, y, z, and t. Okay, both are the functions of x, y, z, and time. Now, here we have dimensions of the control volume are dx, dy, dz. Okay. Next one, if we see the right side, or before going to right side, what I'm going to do, I'm going to calculate the net flow through this small element, now there is some inflow, here, there is some inflow like this. Here it is inflow, and from here it is going to move in outward direction. Okay, now same thing, you will get some inflow from this side or from this surface, some outflow from this surface. Again you will get some inflow through this surface and some outflow through the back surface, which I have written here. Now how we can calculate or how we can write the equations for this, I will tell you. Okay, I will clear all the things. Now first what I will do, I will consider the faces perpendicular to the x direction. Means I am going to consider the flow of mass in x direction, net outflow in x direction. Okay, for that purpose, if I take this space, you see here, this has dimensions dy and dz. Now here, uh, if we write the equation for mass flow inside the control volume, not in control volume, inside the inside the element now in x direction, or it is from through left face, okay, this face, okay. Now you know the equation for the mass flow. It is a density into velocity into area. That is, you have general equation, that is rho into phi v. It is okay, I will write phi and into area. This is your mass flow rate equation. Now for x direction, if we consider the left face, we can write this rho as a density and velocity is u, okay, and area is dy dz. This is the mass flow inside the element through left face in x direction, okay. Now if we go for the right face, that means if we move up to the or for a distance x, now there is outflow, from this one, okay, outflow. Now see here, if we apply the Taylor series for a distance dx, then the outflow, and for outflow we can write rho u, okay, rho u. Here this is the mass flow at this face, that is left face, and next plus derivative of that mass flow at left face into area. This is dy dz, okay. Now already I have told you Taylor series, that is f of x plus delta x, this equal to the fx plus derivative of fx into that distance, that is delta x or dx, we can see, okay. Now here remaining terms I am going to truncate. Okay, that means higher order derivatives I am going to neglect, okay. So you will get this rho u dy dz plus
Sir.
yes.
So if the flow is a continuous with the control volume and mass is not conserved, that energy changes in which form?
Yes, energy.
So
Yes,
if the
just mean, if flow is continuous, hello,
if the control volume is continuous with the flow, then energy is not conserved. In the previous slide you are discussing, then energy must be.
no, I am not talking about the energy, I am talking about the mass, no? Energy equation is different. Mass, this is about the mass.
Not previous slide, sir. Previous one slide, sir.
Okay, this one, na?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yes. Here mass is conserved. Are you getting this? Yes, Nitish.
Okay. Yes, the mass is conserved, but it is
Hello.
moving with the flow. Then
Which one? This is moving with the flow. Okay. I will tell you. If we consider the balloon, and if it is a balloon, if it is flowing with the flow, if we consider the mass inside the balloon, it is fixed, na? Are you getting this?
okay, sir. Okay.
Okay, I will go to the same thing. Now here rho u dy dz, it is the mass coming inside this small element through this left face in x direction. Now here we can write this Taylor series, and we can write this as a mass going out of this phase, that is in x direction. Okay, now in general I can write this one. You see here this is rho u divide dz, this is the area, and this is a rho u plus partial derivative of u with respect to x dx, and whole bracket into dy dz. Here I have taken dy dz common from these two terms. Now this is the equation you can see here. It is a net outflow in x direction. Okay, this is the mass outflow through the right phase, and this is the mass inflow through the left phase. Now when we subtract this term from this term, you see here rho u dy dz, this term will be cancelled with this term, and you will get only this term. Okay, that is partial derivative of rho u with respect to dx into dx dy dz. So you will get this term. Now same thing when we repeat for y and z direction. In case of y direction, if we consider this y direction, now if I take fluid is coming inside this surface, inside through this surface. Okay, now that is rho v dx dz, because your area of this bottom face is dx dz. Okay, next one, and fluid is going out of this phase, and according to Taylor series we can write this is a flow going out of the top face in y direction. Okay, and when we calculate the net outflow in y direction is subtraction of outflow from this top side minus this inflow from bottom side. Okay, so you will get derivative of partial derivative of rho v with respect to y dx dy dz, and in z direction when we repeat the same thing, you will get partial derivative of rho w. W is the component of the velocity in z direction, divided by this sorry, not divided by, into your dx dy dz. Okay, now these are the flows in three directions, that is outflows. It may be outflow, it may be inflow. Don't consider this is only outflow, it may be inflow also. Okay, now after that, these are the three equations which we have used for writing the net, or which we will use for writing net mass flow through this fluid element, net mass flow through this fluid element. Now see here, if we go to the next, you see a net mass outflow. Net mass outflow is addition of the all masses going out of the that in small element or small volume in three different directions. Okay, that is, you see here, if we take the addition of these three, this plus this, okay, it becomes derivative of rho u with respect to x, derivative of rho v with respect to y, derivative of rho w with respect to z, into you have dx dy dz is a common term, so we can write this equation. You see here, this is first term, this is second term, this is the third term. It is net mass outflow through the element is the addition of flows in three directions. Okay, now if we consider the total mass of the fluid element, total mass of the fluid element is volume into density. So rho is the density and volume is rho dx dy dz. Okay, now if there is an increase in the mass or decrease in the mass, it is possible. So I have written here time rate of increase of the mass. Okay, so time rate of decrease of the mass, sorry, increase of the mass is derivative of rho or derivative of mass with respect to time. Okay, that is differentiation of the mass with respect to time. So when we write the conservation of the mass principle, now what is conservation of the mass principle? Net mass outflow of the element, it is equal to the time rate decrease of the mass. Okay, here it may be increase or it may be decrease, this may be increase or decrease, this may be increase or decrease. So we can write this equation, mass outflow equal to the time rate decrease of mass, or if it is mass inflow, it is a time rate increase of the mass. Okay, So we can equate these two equations, this one and this one, and after equating these two equations we will get this equation, that is here this is derivative of rho u, rho v, rho w dx dy dz, and this one. Okay, now after that I can cancel this dx dy dz from both sides. Okay, so here again I have taken here negative sign because this is a decrease. Okay, when we cancel this we will get this equation after taking this term on this side. Now here this term, if you recall the vector algebra, this term is similar to the del dot vector, del dot vector, or scalar times vector, we can say scalar times vector, and this is known as a divergence of the rho v. Am I right? Divergence of, it is just like a divergence term. Okay, are you getting this? So we are writing this equation in vector form, that is partial derivative of rho with respect to time plus divergence of rho v, divergence of rho v, and this is known as a continuity equation in differential form, and this equation we have derived from infinitesimally small element fixed in a space. As it is a fixed in a space, it is a conservation form of the equation. You have to remember this. This is the conservative form of the equation. This is very important continuity equation, and we are using regularly this continuity equation. Now, if you see this equation, this equation you have not studied for your undergraduate courses, but this equation you have applied. That is, next forms of these equations you have applied. How next forms of this equation you have applied, I will tell you. If you go to the for incompressible flow, you have this equation. Here for incompressible flow, this term is 0. This term is 0, means divergence of rho v is equal to 0. When we take the divergence of rho v, then we can write only this term, that is partial derivative of rho u plus partial derivative of rho v plus partial derivative of rho w. Okay, but your rho is constant, so we can take out of this derivative. Are you getting this? And your equation becomes like this: dou rho by dou t is equal to 0, and del dot rho v equal to the rho del v. Okay, and therefore this continuity equation becomes rho del dot v, that is divergence of velocity. Now rho is constant, we can take on this side, it becomes 0, and this is a continuity equation. This equation you have studied in your undergraduate course. Okay, now if we go for the steady flow, again all properties are not functions of time. Okay, that means it is not depending on the time. Okay, so this term is 0, and rho is equal to rho xyz. So we can write this equation for steady flow. Okay, any doubt here? If you have doubt, you can ask me. I have shown you one important equation, and in case of any doubt, you can ask me. And this equation we are using for CFD applications. Yes, have you got it? Have you got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I will move to the next. Now this is the, what we can say, this is the differential equation or continuity equation in differential form, and that we have derived from infinitesimally small element fixed in a fluid. Now what we are going to do, we are going to derive the last form of the continuity equation, that is a model of the fluid element. moving with the fluid. Okay, and this model is infinitesimally small. Okay, now if we take the small element, and it is moving with the flow, this element has a fixed mass. Am I right? Already I have told you. If I will draw here, this is a differential element, and this differential element is moving with the flow, now see here, when it is moving with the flow inside this, or fluid inside this volume is constant. Sorry, mass flow inside this, not flow, mass inside this small element is constant. Okay, but its shape is changing. Okay, shape is changing. Now mass inside this fluid, suppose it is delta m. Okay, or inside this element is delta m, and that we can write rho dv, as dv is the, or delta v is the volume of this element. Now as mass is constant, its derivative is 0. That means rate of change of mass inside the fluid element is 0. So we can write this equation, that is d delta m by delta t. Okay, d delta m by delta t is equal to 0. That is d delta m by delta t, it is equal to 0, this equation. Now after that this delta m we are going to replace by rho delta v, that is d rho delta v, d rho delta v with respect to dt equal to 0, now this is the this is your product of rho and delta v. I can apply the product rule of the derivative to this equation. So when we apply the product rule of the derivative, what you will get? It is delta v into d rho by dt plus rho into d of delta v divided by dt. Now, so by applying the product rule, you will get this equation. Okay. Next, what I will do, I will divide this by delta v. Means I am going to divide this equation by delta v. Okay. When we divide by delta v, it becomes d rho by dt plus here you will get rho by delta v, or 1 upon delta v into d delta v by dt. Now yesterday we have discussed about this term. It is a, what is it? It is a divergence of velocity. Okay, it is divergence of velocity. Now it is a what we can say, it is a time rate of change of volume with respect to volume, and that time rate of change of volume with respect, time rate of change of volume with respect to volume, it is your divergence of velocity. Okay, so this is your continuity equation, and it is also again in differential form. Here we have taken divergence of velocity, here we have taken derivative of rho with respect to time. Okay, this is your last form of the continuity equation, and this we have derived from the fluid element moving with the flow. Okay, so this equation is in the non-conservation form. Okay, now these are the 4 equations. I will write these 4 equations here. You see here, this is a conservation integral form, that is derivative of this integral plus integration over the surface equal to 0, and this is non-conservation integral form, d dt of this integration equal to 0. This is a conservation differential form which we have derived from infinitesimally small element fixed in a space. This is a non-conservation differential form. This is we have derived from infinitesimally small element moving with the flow. Now if you have doubt in any of the equation, you can ask me, otherwise I will go to the next one.
So can you explain once more that non-conservation differential form?
This one, last one, this one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you can see here. Here you have a small fluid element. Small fluid element. Okay, and it has volume dV or delta V. We can see volume delta V. Now this fluid element is moving with the fluid, moving with the flow. Okay, that means already I have told you when control volume is moving with the flow, mass inside the control volume is fixed. Same thing we can apply here. When small fluid element is moving with the flow, we are concentrating on that fluid element, and we are considering mass inside that fluid element is constant. Okay. Now, what is mass inside this control volume? Sorry, mass inside this fluid element. It is delta V. Sorry, rho delta V. Okay, this and this is infinitesimally small mass. It is delta M equal to the rho delta V. This equation I have written here. Okay. Now, as mass is constant inside this element, I can take the derivative of that mass and equate with the zero. Okay, I can take the derivative of that mass and I can equate with the zero because mass inside this infinitesimally small element is zero. So I have written this equation d delta m by dt equal to 0. Okay. Next one, this term I have replaced by rho delta v. So here you will get rho delta v by dt. Okay. Now this is a derivative of, or this is a derivative of product of these two terms. Okay. So I can apply the product rule from the derivative. Product rule from the derivative. Now when we apply the product rule from the derivative, you will get this equation, that is delta v d rho by dt plus rho d delta v by dt. Okay. Now I will divide by this delta v to this equation. Okay, this whole term here. Okay. What you will get, d rho, this when we divide by delta v to this one, you will get d rho by dt plus 1 upon delta v into rho d delta v by dt. Now if you see this term in the square bracket, it is your time rate of change of volume with respect to volume. Okay, and that is your divergence of velocity. Okay, so you will get d rho by dt plus rho into divergence of velocity. Okay, this is your continuity equation, which is in differential form, which we have derived from small fluid element moving with the flow. Okay, have you got it now?
Yes, sir.
Now these are the equations. Now you can see here these equations we can apply for our different types of flows. Okay, if we consider the incompressible fluid, now we can take the density. Okay, here we can take the density as a constant term. It is not varying with the time. Okay, so here we can remove the density from all these terms. So your equation for incompressible fluid, it becomes d dt of triple integration of dv over the volume. That means triple integration of volume over the volume. It becomes partial derivative of volume with respect to time. Am I right? And next is this is plus double integration of rho v ds. This is equal to 0. Now this is for incompressible flow. When we consider the incompressible flow, now your density is constant, and for density constant density, you can write integration of dv over the volume. That means v is volume again, and when we calculate the integration of the dv over the volume, it becomes just v. Okay, and this is triple integration, sorry, double integration of rho v ds. Now, when we consider non-deformable fixed control volume, non-deformable fixed control volume, then your this, if volume is constant, that means it is a non-deformable, then dv by dt is equal to 0. Okay, dv by dt is equal to 0, and your continuity equation becomes double integration of rho v ds equal to 0. Now you can see here, you have studied this equation. Okay, rho v ds equal to 0. Now if your what we can say, if your velocity is constant, okay, if it is not changing from surface to surface, we can remove this integration. Okay, or we can write this as summation of v bar into area equal to 0. Okay, here also your density is constant because it is incompressible, so we can remove this density. Okay, so you will get double integration of v ds equal to 0, and double integration of v ds for constant velocity and constant area, it is this one. Okay, or we can write v a is equal to q, v a is equal to q. Okay, this is your equation. Now this is from integral form, and from differential form also we have derived. Okay, now after writing this equation, what we can do, see here, we have derived the four equations for four different fluid models, from four different fluid models. Can we convert one form of the continuity equation to the other form? If, see here, if we, for same flow, if we apply these four models, if we apply these four models, you are getting different equations. When we are getting the different equations, then there may be possibility of the different results. Okay, but this is not happening because we can convert one form of the continuity equation to the other form. Okay, because all these equations are same. If all these equations are same, then we can convert any one of the continuity form or any one form of the continuity equation to the other form. How we can convert these equations from one form to the other form, that I will show you. Now I will start from the conversion of differential form, conservation differential form from conservation integral form. That is conservation integral form that I am going to convert to the conservation differential form. What is the conservation integral form? First one, this is your conservation integral form, and from this I am going to derive this one. Okay, how we can do this I will show you. Why I am going to do this, I am going to show you how these all equations are representing the same phenomena. Okay, now first I will write conservation integral form. What is conservation integral form? Here I will write, use here, integration of, or it is a triple integration over the volume, and it's a derivative, partial derivative with respect to time. It is rho dv plus integration over the surface rho just minute, it is rho v dot ds, this is equal to 0. Okay, this is your conservation integral form, and this we have derived from control volume fixed in a space. Okay, now what I will do, I will take the time derivative inside the integration. How I can take time derivative inside the integration? You can see here, I will write this triple integration, and this derivative I am going to take inside the integration, and I will write rho dv plus Again, it is surface integration rho phi dot ds equal to 0. Okay. Now after that I'm going to apply the divergence theorem, and I am going to convert the surface integration over the volume integration. Surface integration over the volume integration. Now for application of the divergence theorem, that is a Gauss divergence theorem, already I have shown you divergence theorem for converting the surface integral to the volume integral. What you have to do, you have to take the divergence of the integrand, that is divergence of the term inside the integration. So it becomes, you see here, this is triple integration of derivative with respect to time rho dv plus double integration of divergence of or del dot rho phi ds, this equal to 0. Now I will combine these two terms, sorry, not ds, it is dv now, because we have taken this del operator. Okay, here it is triple integration. Okay, it is triple integral. Now this term I have converted to the volume integral by taking divergence. Okay, now after that I will combine these two terms. Now how I can combine these two terms, I will write this one triple integration derivative of, okay, I will write the square bracket here, dt rho dv rho dv, not necessary to write the rho dv, na? Just only rho. I will remove this rho plus del dot rho phi over dv, this equal to 0. Okay, del dot rho v over dv equal to 0. Okay, now here what happens, while deriving the conservation form, what we have done, we have taken the arbitrary shaped control volume. Okay, arbitrary shaped control volume, that means this is arbitrary shaped control volume. Okay, arbitrary shaped control volume. Now when we are integrating any term over this type of control volume, and if this integral is equal to 0, integral is 0, means your integrand should be 0, otherwise you will not get 0 term on right side of this equation. Okay, repeating this, if you have control volume is arbitrary shape, control volume is having arbitrary shape or any shape, we can say any shape, and when we are integrating any term over this control volume, if we are getting 0 result, then there should be integrand equal to the 0. Okay, without that integrand equal to 0, we will not get integration over this control volume equal to 0. Okay, so this term, it is derivative of rho with respect to time plus del dot rho phi, this equal to 0, this equal to 0, and this is your differential form. Okay, this is your differential form, or this is your conservation form of the differential equation. Okay, this one. In this way we can derive the, or we can convert the conservation integral form to the conservation differential form. Have you got it? Any doubt here? Yes or no? See, here you are not asking the doubts, means you are getting everything. Any doubt, Mari sir? Giridhar Mujawar?
Yes, sir.
Have you got it?
Yes, sir.
See here, one more thing I want to tell you here. These equations which I am going to derive, these equations are required for analytical calculations of the complicated problems. Okay. Are you getting this? If you want to use analytical method for fluid dynamics or heat transfer, here we are using numerical method. But when we want to do the calculations by analytical method, then also we need these equations. Without these equations, we cannot do the complicated calculations. Here, the fluid dynamics which you have studied uh, at your undergraduate level, that is not sufficient for handling what we can say handling real life problems. If you want to solve the real life problem by analytical method, then these equations are must. Okay. Now in this way we can convert this conservation differential form to the conservation differential form from conservation integral form. That means integral form we can convert to the differential form. Okay. Next one. Okay, I will remove this. Next is conservation differential form from non-conservation differential form. Okay, conservation differential form from non-conservation differential form. Now already we have written here conservation, what we can say, differential form. What is that conservation differential form? It is partial derivative of rho over time plus divergence of rho v. This is equal to 0. Now I want to convert this form to this conservation differential form. This is your non-conservation differential form. Now for converting this, what we can write? Now if I go to the second term, you see here second term is your del dot rho v, del dot rho v. Now it is a scalar multiplied by vector. Are you getting this? Scalar multiplied by vector means it is a divergence of scalar times the vector, which is equal to the scalar times divergence of vector plus vector dot gradient of the scalar. Already we have seen in vector algebra. Means it is same to your derivative, regular derivative, rho into del dot v. Del is your differential operator, also we can consider del dot v plus v dot del or gradient of rho, this we can write in this form. You can see here. Okay, this is your v rho del dot v plus v dot gradient of rho. Okay, gradient of rho. Now I will put this term in this equation. So you will get partial derivative of rho with respect to time plus rho del dot v plus v, just minute, I will write in clear fashion, rho del dot v plus v dot del rho. This is equal to 0. This is equal to 0. Okay. Now if we consider this term and this term, that is to derivative, partial derivative of rho with respect to time plus v dot del rho, it is equal to derivative of rho with respect to time plus, if we take v in expanded form, it is a u I plus vj plus wk. Now you can write here, you can write this as a u derivative of rho with respect to x plus v derivative of rho with respect to y plus W derivative of rho with respect to d. Okay. Now what is this? This is your total derivative. This is your convective derivative. This is your, sorry, this is your local derivative. This is your convective derivative. Okay. Or it is a total derivative, or it is what we can say substantial derivative. That is d rho by dt. D rho by dt. So first term and third term I can replace by d rho by dt plus rho del dot v, or divergence of v. This is equal to 0. Okay, this is equal to 0, and this is your, what we can say, conservative form of the differential equation. Conservative form of the or conservative differential form of the continuity equation. Okay, conservative differential form of the continuity equation. Okay, so we have derived conservative differential form of the continuity equation from non-conservation differential form of the continuity equation. Okay, now you can see here, from here we have derived this. Now this is your here, and from this we have derived this one. Okay, now one form is remaining, that we will see here how we can get that form. If you have doubt, you can ask me. Nitesh, have you got it? Nitesh? Sumit
Yes, I got.
Naigav,
Yes, sir.
Sumit Naigaonkar,
Yes, sir.
have you got it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See here, some critical mathematics is there, but it is based on simple equations. Okay. Now, after that, we will go to the next form, that is a non-conservation integral form to conservation integral form. Okay, non-conservation integral form from integral conservation form. Okay, now non-conservation integral form. What is non-conservation integral form? Here I will write d dt of triple integration rho dv equal to 0. This is your non-conservation integral form. Okay, now here what I will do, I will take substantial derivative. This is a substantial derivative. It is convective derivative plus, what we can say, a local derivative, that I will take inside the integration. So what you will get here, you will get triple integration over d rho dv over dt equal to 0. Okay, now in this equation, dv is a small volume, so the derivative is uh, derivative of the product of rho and dv. Now I will use the product rule for this derivative. How we can write the product rule? You can see here integration. Now see here, I am going to use product rule for this term. Okay, if you write the product rule for this term, what you will get? D dv by dt. What you will get here? Here you will get rho. Okay, I will take first v dv into d rho by dt. Okay, and second term plus rho into d dv by dt. Okay, d dv by dt. Same thing I am going to write here. You can see here. Here I am going to write this product rule. This is triple integration, and I will write d rho by dt into dv. Okay, dv, this is the first term, d rho by dt into dv. Okay, plus plus again you see here what I will do. I will write here triple integration second term rho d dv, rho d dv by dt. Okay, this is equal to 0. Okay, now what I will do, I will divide by dv to this equation and multiply by dv to this term, now you see here first term is as it is. I will change the color. First term is as it is, that is d rho by dt dv plus triple integration of rho into, I will divide by dv, next I will write d dv by dt into, here I have taken one additional dv, so I have to multiply by 1 dv. Okay, this is equal to 0. Are you getting this? Now what is this? This is the time rate of volume with respect to volume. Time rate of volume with respect to volume. That is a substantial. What we can say? This is your divergence of velocity. Divergence of velocity. So we can replace this term by divergence of velocity. So what we will get here? Here, this from this equation. From this equation, you will get triple integration of d rho by dt over dv plus triple integration of rho and del dot v, rho del dot v, and there is dv. This equal to 0. Okay, means you see here you have 1 upon dv into d dv by dt, d dv by dt. This term is divergence of velocity. Divergence of velocity. Okay, you getting this? Now after that what you have to do? After that you have to expand this term. Okay, now what you have to do? Expand this term. When we expand this term, what you will get? It is your total derivative. When we expand this, you will get the local plus convective derivative. Local plus convective derivative. Now how we can write this local plus convective derivative? This is triple integration. Okay, before that I will show you what is this derivative. D rho by dt, it is equal to the derivative of rho with respect to time plus v del rho. Okay, v del rho. Am I right? Now you put this term here. This term here. Now what you will get here? Here this is triple integration of, I will write in bracket d rho by dt plus v del dot v dot del rho, v dot del rho. This is over dv plus triple integration of rho del dot v dv, and this equal to 0. Now when we combine these terms, and if we see here, we can combine because both are volume integrals. Now you see here this term and this term, this term, that is v dot del rho plus rho del dot v, rho del dot v. Now this equal to the del dot rho v. Okay, del dot rho v. Okay. Now, so this whole bracket will be written like this, that is triple integration of in bracket derivative of rho with respect to time plus del dot rho v over dv, this equal to 0, this equal to 0. Now when we write separate terms, I will clean some part. I will clean here. Now this I want to write the separately. Here first term is triple integration of dou rho by dou t dv plus triple integration of del dot rho phi dv, this equal to 0. Now I will convert this volume integral to the surface integral by using Gauss theorem. So you will get triple integration of d rho by dt dv plus double integration of del will be removed here, rho phi ds, this is equal to 0, and this is your conservation integral form, and that we have derived from non-conservation form. Okay, non-conservation, sorry, this is your conservation form which we have derived from non-conservation form. Okay, in this way we can convert all equations in the form of all other equations. If you have doubt, you can ask me. Here these are the conversions. See here, for all equations I am not going to convert. Okay, sometimes I am going to derive the equations from by using, or just I am going to convert, sometimes I am going to derive the equations. Okay, any doubt here? Is there any doubt?